So this is the BCR 20 heavy tactical. What we did is we took our standard heavy tactical barreled action and we dropped it in this chassis stock. This particular chassis is an Ashbury Mod 1. It is by far the most modular chassis on the market, which is why we picked it. With this chassis, what you can do, you can adjust your length of pull just by pushing a button. So we push this button, we can extend the length of pull out, we can push the length of pull in, so it can fit a larger variety of shooters. Same thing you can do with the height of your recoil pad. You can raise it up, you can lower it. You can do that for a lot of different situations, from shooter's preference to actually gaining a little bit more elevation or subtracting the elevation. The cheek piece is a nice feature because it's spring loaded. So when you loosen it up, the cheek piece just pops up. All you have to do, put your head on it, get it started, adjust the cheek piece to where it's perfect behind the optic, relax your head, and then come back with your support hand and tighten it down. It makes adjusting the cheek piece very simple, very easy. Other features of the stock, this particular stock has a folding buttstock. You push in this hinge, the buttstock folds. It doesn't fold into a lock like most stocks do. It's just a pressure lock. It requires 15 pounds of pressure to loosen it. So just give it a quick snap and it comes right out. Some other features going forward, your grip can be interchanged with any AR-15 style grip, which a lot of manufacturers do. What's unique about this is this block can be ordered to a specific degree angle. So you can use 11-degree angle, which is the same for your 1911s, 17-degree angle, which is the same for your Glocks, and 20-degree angle, which is this grip here. So it's a lot easier to set it up to your other weapon systems that you're already using. You can also loosen the block and move the block backwards. There's actually little teeth in here that it grabs onto, so you can put the length of pull not only for your arm length, but also the length of pull for your trigger finger, which is a very, very big difference. You can change your hand guard if you wanted to. You can go to one with a vented aluminum or carbon fiber or just about any other design when you talk to Ashbury about it. Another reason why we like this particular chassis is because it's so stable. The more stability you have when shooting long range, the more accurate you're going to be. So with this rifle you already have 3 points of contact. You have 2 bipod legs and then you have your monopod. So when you get behind the rifle, it's very, very stable. This bipod and this monopod is optional, but it does improve the effectiveness of the weapon. And it's very easy to adjust. We use our own action. Well, we use our own branded action. This action is actually made for us by Stiller Precision out in Waco, Texas. They machine it to our specs and then they privately brand it for us. We still go in and we fit the bolt specifically to the action, take our measurements and make sure the action is correct before we start building a rifle. We use a thick recoil lug, we use a Bergara barrel, we can use any taper you would like. Standard taper is number 6. You can go to number 7 or number 5. I don't recommend going any lower than that in this type of rifle. The actions are very smooth. We use Timney triggers. We use Timney triggers for a couple reasons. Number 1, they're very reliable. We've never broken one, so they're extremely good to use. Number 2, the wide trigger screw on this Timney trigger disperses the weight of the trigger pull over a larger surface area. So you get a perceived lighter felt trigger pull than you would out of a conventional trigger with a narrower shoe. Also, a lot of times shooters will wrap their finger around and get their finger to where it's in that joint right there. It's not very good for shooting because you're actually putting an angle pull on the trigger. So this trigger shoe makes it very uncomfortable to do that. So it forces the shooter to shoot with the pad of their finger, which is proper shooting technique. So it cuts a step out for your trainer or whatever class you're going to go to. But that is the BCR 20. All rifles come with a test target. We guarantee half MOA or better with factory ammo at 100 yards. We do that accuracy testing with real shooters. Real fingers, no rests, no pulling strings. It's real shooters. 308.
308. What grain bullet?
It's a 168 grain.
Okay.
Barrel's got a 112 twist in it. Handles that bullet just fine. We do a lot of 308s and 1 12 twist unless the shooter actually asks for a 1 in 10 twist.
For the heavier bullets.
Yeah, I ask them on the phone when I talk to them, what bullet weight do you intend on shooting? If they ever tell me 175, I immediately recommend a 1 in 10 twist rate.
Okay.
So,
good enough.
Sit down and fire it up.
How many rounds do we have in here?
I have 3 rounds in there for you.
Good enough.
I may take a couple of these 22s back. This was, we got quite a bit.
You shooting 100 yards?
Sure. There's still some dots that haven't been touched down there and some numbers that haven't been touched.
Oh. Let's see here. I don't see anything clean.
See anything clean?
No. That's alright, I got one that's relatively clean. Take me a minute to get set up here. Alright, let's see how this... Wow, that's pretty quick adjust. That is sweet. Yeah. Alright. What kind of pole weight do you have here?
It is a 3.2 pound trigger.
Okay.
But with the wide shoe, most people believe it's around 2.5 pounds.
Looks like it went right in the little red spot.
Now that APA muzzle brake that's on the end, that reduces felt recoil by about 40%.
And it's right there.
So what do you think?
I really like this gizmo.
It's very simple, it's very easy to use. It's actually a 3-position monopod too. If you pull down here, you can extend it up the vertical position. It could be at a 45-degree position, which is what you had it at, or it can be stowed away in no position. Most of the time we run it at a 45-degree because it's easy to adjust.
Yes.
And you can also still use this as a butt hook. Let's pull the rifle back on your shoulder.
Gotcha. Pretty sweet. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a 308. That muzzle brake really works.
It really does.